बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट है ऑब्वियसली। पूरा सीज़न अच्छी क्रिकेट खेलना, स्पेशली होम सीज़न को ऐसे डोमिनेट करना बहुत ज़रूरी था एक यंग साइड के लिए, अपना कैरेक्टर बिल्ड करने के लिए, फ्यूचर की टीम बनाने के लिए कि ऐसी परफॉर्मेंसेस कंसिस्टेंटली हम करें, और वो हमने अचीव किया पूरे सीज़न में। और इम्पॉर्टेंट यही था कि कैसे हम डिफ़िकल्ट सिचुएशंस को रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं, और एज सपोर्ट स्टाफ और मैनेजमेंट और सब लोगों की मेहनत इसी चीज़ में लगी रहती थी कि जो डिफ़िकल्ट सिचुएशंस, डिफ़िकल्ट मोमेंट्स होंगे उनसे हमें कैसे कम बैक करना है और उसको कैसे काउंटर करना है। तो आई थिंक क्रेडिट सबको जाता है, सपोर्ट स्टाफ का रोल इतना हाईलाइट नहीं किया जाता है, लेकिन उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन आई थिंक आप अगर बोलें तो 40% उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन रहेगा 100 में से। 60 टीम का है लेकिन 40 उनका है, क्योंकि प्लेयर्स के माइंडसेट को हैंडल करना, उनकी स्किल को ठीक करते रहना, उनके साथ रेगुलर मेहनत करना, हर चीज़ में अच्छा फीडबैक देना बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ें होती हैं। तो आई थिंक ये पूरा टीम एफर्ट है। आई वुड से कि पूरा स्क्वाड एफर्ट है, जिस टीम एफर्ट नहीं, क्योंकि वो सब लोगों को इन्वॉल्व करता है। तो बहुत बहुत क्रेडिट सब लोगों को जाना चाहिए पूरी स्क्वाड में। No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's a classic case of understanding that this is not the end of anything. There's no point getting overexcited with what we have done. We are very happy about being number one team in the world, but our main challenge begins now. If we can conquer the overseas season, that's when you'll see a broader smile on my face when I sit down again for the press conference. But to understand where we are placed, to understand the kind of cricket we have played, and where we stand as individuals at the end of season, makes me very proud as a captain, of course. See, again, as I've mentioned before, it's not in my control. I've heard a very wise person tell me that when a person is down, the weak come out and speak about him. It takes courage to speak about someone when they're on top. So it's fine. I mean, I was targeted, individually, and I hadn't done well in the series. So opportunities galore for everyone to come out and speak about me, which is fine. When I've done well in the past, again, people have spoken about me. When I haven't done well, I obviously expect them to come out and start saying all sort of things. But very easy to sit at home and write a blog or speak behind the mic. I think that's easier than coming out and competing on the field. So that's all I have to say about that. For sure, it's a very important aspect of our side. We have worked hard on the fitness levels of the guys over the past 2 years, and it's showing. I mean, when teams prepare only for your spinners and then the fast bowlers come in and bowl those kind of spells, it can really shake the opposition, and that's exactly what these guys have been able to do. Important breakthroughs, and main players most of the times getting us those important breakthroughs after partnerships, and really seizing the momentum for the team has been outstanding on part of all the fast bowlers. I just wouldn't say Shami and Umesh, but Bhuvi, given the opportunities, picked up 5 first. Ishant has been outstanding in West Indies, in Sri Lanka, whenever he's played as well. So that's probably been the one factor that has been the difference in us winning all these series compared to drawing a few or drawing a few games. We've been able to win more games than we've drawn or lost. I think that's probably one of the most important factors in that. Yeah, that's because it happened in a flash, and we were just 1 point away from Pakistan at the second spot, I think. That's why I wasn't too excited about it, because it was a short term thing. But now I can sit down and be proud of what the guys have been able to achieve since then. And different aspects have come up, as you said, lower order contributions. Spinners have been outstanding throughout. Fast bowlers have been brilliant. The batsmen have stepped up on many occasions. Different people, not just one or two guys, but everyone has contributed throughout the season. And that's why, if you don't have a team performance, you cannot be the number one team in the world. As simple as that. To win more games, especially test games, you have to have complete team performances, and that's the main reason why we are sitting here number one team in the world. And we have quite a fair distance above the other teams. So that makes me very proud as a captain, and all the guys in the change room are very, very happy with what they've been able to achieve and ending the season on a high. Well, nothing different from what we've done in the past. The focus was obviously to maintain our skills, our momentum that we gained throughout the home season, and execute that. I mentioned after in the post match, credit to Australia, the way they've played in this series. I think they've really challenged us, really hard, and then it tested the guy's character to bounce back from difficult situations many a times. Especially Jinx, the way he captained in this game was really pleasing to see, because it's just been 4 test matches since he's come back from his injury, and to step up, show that character and lead the side to a win. I think hats off to him as well. He's really taken the responsibility well, and I was really happy to see him doing that. He was also very delighted to be taking that responsibility for the team. So these kind of series, these kind of matches, they build character for the guys. They become more individuals, very sure of themselves, their games. And when you have 7-8 people in the side who are that sure of their abilities and their mindset, then you become a champion side, and you keep that going for a long period of time. So yeah, nothing different from what we've done in the past. It was very similar, but the resistance from the opposition was a lot more compared to the last few series that we've played, and credit goes to the way they played their cricket as well. Well, that's what I said. I mean, I spoke to Jinx before the game. He asked me what I feel. I said, this is your game. You have to, be comfortable with playing 4 or 5 bowlers. So he instantly said 5 bowlers, because he understands the workload of the guys, throughout the whole season. And to keep pushing 2 guys to take wickets for you regularly is a bit unfair when the body is, tired and it's taken a toll. So that 5th bowler, again, that was Anil Bhai, and Jinx and myself all had a discussion. Kuldeep was, the X factor. They hadn't played him, they hadn't seen him much, and he turned out to be the difference in the game. I think from 130 for 1 to 300 all out in the same day can really demoralize the opposition, and I think that was a great call on Jinx and Anil Bhai's part. And credit to him, as I said, he went in with 5 bowlers, and the batsman took responsibility as well. So, you need to win test matches, you need some courage before you start the game. To take that little bit of risk and go in with 5 batsmen, which we've done throughout the season on most occasions, takes more responsibility out of you, but that's what is required of you at playing at this level. And yeah, it was his and Anil Bhai's decision eventually to go in with 5 bowlers, and it was the right one in the end. I would put him and Shami together at par on pure pace, striking ability, making dents in the game. He would be at par with Shami. Obviously, you can't compare them to Zach yet, because Zach had done it for a longer period of time. But from 2014 to now, Umesh Yadav, the only thing that has changed in him is the mindset. He was always a very fit guy. He probably used to bowl quicker than he is now, but he's understood, he's become smarter. He used to bowl 145 regularly. Now he's touching 140, at odd times, but he's very smart with where he wants to, bowl in spells. So I think that's been a really big difference in his game. And obviously, when you give guys confidence, saying you are my strike bowler, they respond in that way. Then they're not thinking about getting hit for runs or any of that sort. So it's a give and take. It takes a combination of a lot of things, but 80% of the credit is Umesh's. The way he has gone out there and executed it. You can take in all the advice, but you have to go out there and do it eventually. So credit to him, the way he's taken his game to the next level. I'm really happy for him. Well, I jerked my shoulder 4 times yesterday celebrating outside. That's how much energy I had. I couldn't sit in the change room. So yeah, it's not nice. I think I don't know how many test matches I've played in a row. Yeah, so see, if it was a strain injury, it would have been different, but impact injury really gave me no options. And to start a game at 50% was not fair on the team. That's the kind of person I've always been, and I'll continue to be. But yeah, it was difficult, watching from the outside when you've been in the thick of things all the time for past so many years and seasons. But again, the most pleasing thing is when you see guys taking responsibility in your absence and actually going out there to play one of the best test matches that, as a viewer you can see. I would call myself a viewer out there. So I really enjoyed it. It was not easy to not play this game, but at the end of the day, sitting here, having won the series, I have no complaints. I think they had the belief of making things happen in these conditions. Is something that I sensed in their body language, in the way they played their cricket. They believed that they can, win sessions and win situations, and they were willing to enjoy the challenge. That was the most important thing, and the most challenging thing for us, where teams really lose their morale once they lose a test match in India, but they kept bouncing back, and they had the desire to compete throughout. And that's why they are the number 2 side in the world. You expect that from Australia. Once they get a sniff, they would put you under pressure. But the way we responded, I'm really proud of that as well. But I would say the relentlessness in their desire to make things happen in these conditions was probably the reason why they kept giving us a great fight till the end of this test match. So a lot of credit goes to them. No, it has changed for sure. I thought that was the case, but it has changed for sure. As I said, in the heat of the battle, yes, you want to be competitive, but I've been proven wrong. The thing I said before the first test, that has certainly changed, and you won't hear me say that ever again.